May I please now request Ibai to come and recite from the Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم. تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون. لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون. إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون. وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون. وسواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون. إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكرى وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم. إن نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين. واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون. قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون. قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين. قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب أليم. قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون. وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون. وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون. أأتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغني عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون. إني إذن لفي ضلال مبين. إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون. قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين. وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين. إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون. يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون. ألم يروا كما أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون. وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون. وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وأعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالعرجون القديم لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أنا حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولا هم ينقذون فلا صريخ لهم ولا هم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أحد إليكم يا بني آدم أن لا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون. ومن نعمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون. وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين. إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين. أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون. واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون. لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون. فلا يحزنك قولهم إن نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون. أولم ير الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين. وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي الرميم. قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم. الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون. أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم؟ بلى وهو الخلاق العليم. إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون. فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء. فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون. صدق الله العلي العظيم. ما صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. May I request you all to say Fatiha for all the mahrumin. Al-Fatiha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Last week we had Helping Hand give us a speech. Anybody who wants any help, please let me know and I'll give you contact number who to contact in Helping Hand, and they will visit people at home, people at hospital, wherever they need help, they will give help. So if anybody wants assistance, please let me know and I'll give you the phone number to contact. Thank you very much. This is the last session we have for senior citizen until after program of month Ramazan. We will be back on 17th of April, and our program at that time will start at 10:30 because the clocks have gone forward or backward, whatever. I keep forgetting. We are privileged today to have, oh, sorry. Okay. We are privileged today to have Dr. Shaukat, Sheikh, who have kindly agreed to come and speak to us. So please welcome him with salawat. Allah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So I am here in this mosque due to my father-in-law, who actually whose name was Fazil Qasim, Hasnan Ali Qasim. And it's because of him that I knew this mosque. He brought me here, and I remember actually doing Surah Yasin the first time round. I had the privilege of doing Surah Yasin in this mosque. That was a while ago, but I still remember. So may I ask everyone to please recite Al-Fatiha for him and for all the marhumeens, inshallah. Bismillah. So, Jazakallah khair for that. I've been asked to give some health tips for general well-being and hypertension, which is a very common ailment in the world. And together with hypertension and cardiovascular problems, it's the #1 killer in the world. So I came from a background, I was educated in Pakistan. I did my medical degree from King Edward Medical College in Lahore, and then I came to this country. That was in '96. So I joined Northwick Park Hospital as an A&E doctor. There were some practices which I saw and I was really impressed by. Life valued a lot more here than what I saw in my own country, unfortunately. Having been part of the health system in Pakistan, doing my house job there, I found a lot of things which were missing when I compared the system to what was offered here. I still think there is a lot to be done in the health sector, but what makes this health sector a lot more prominent is the dedication and motivation and the zeal to help people who are suffering. Unfortunately, I left NHS after a couple of years of practice. And Allah knows the reasons as to why one chooses a profession. When I left NHS, I was very fed up because of the way there were some practices that went on in Northwick Park Hospital, which was regarded at the time as one of the worst hospitals in London. When I left NHS, I had no intention of coming back and practicing medicine again. But like I said, Allah Ta'ala knows best. So I started my printing and publishing business instead and became very successful. And within years, I became one of the good printers, publishers in London. Many blue chip clients, a lot of money, and then COVID hit. When COVID came, my business suffered like a lot of other businesses, and despite the help from the government, I decided to pack up. And in that time of COVID, I had this reflection that maybe I should go back to health sector and try and help people. there was a lot of suffering and chaos, as you all know what we went through in the COVID time. So I watched a couple of videos online about holistic approach to health and healing. And I saw homeopathy name came up, as well as Ayurveda. I was intrigued, because at one time when I did my conventional degree, I used to laugh at these homeopaths. And I used to think of them, they are mad. They don't know nothing. What is mind? They talk about mind and relationship between mind, body, and soul, and all these natural herbs and everything. I didn't believe that. I thought they were just, waste of time, because how can some globules cure someone? But Allah teaches you a lesson in life. Never mock anyone. Never. So, in those COVID times, I decided to do a homeopathic degree from London College of Homeopathy. And alhamdulillah, I did that. It was a 4-year course, which I managed to do in 2 years as a fast track. Because of my background in medicine, it was a little bit more easy for me because I understood anatomy and physiology. However, there's more to come. When I saw Ayurvedic principles and all of that, I was quite impressed, and I thought I might just give it a try, because if people are saying it's working, it must be working. And then I decided to go on Ayurvedic journey too. So I learned it, did a degree, and then came acupuncture. I thought, while the COVID is going on and people are still not allowed to come out, I might as well do that. So I did that degree too. This was making of a different Dr. Shaukat Sheikh that my friends of family and all who knew me knew. So I decided to practice Ayurveda, homeopathy, and a holistic approach. And alhamdulillah, I do not regret it, because now I have seen the picture from the other side. I can now safely say that these principles of Ayurveda, medications of Ayurveda, homeopathic medicines, and acupuncture together are great healers, and probably, in my opinion, I might be wrong, the best healers. So anything which is close to nature is considered to be in all these avenues that I've just mentioned. Allah has made us as the best of His creations, Ashraful Makhlukat, which means the best of His creations. So He's given us systems within our body that work very close to the nature, as long as we live close to the nature. When we stop living close to the nature, problems do arise. I've been asked to speak about hypertension, and general well-being. So I'll stay within those parameters, but I'll try and touch upon different other subjects in between. So when you deviate from nature's laws, pathways, you slowly are inviting troubles to your home. You look after your body, and your body will look after you. That is the principle. So what man has done over the years, that it's actually forgotten this principle. It has stopped from what Almighty has actually taught him to do, which is to look after their bodies. So, body itself, on its own, cannot function as long as people do not pay any attention to, what the natural ways of healing are. So we are blessed. We are blessed with the best of the systems that anyone else can have in this world, be it a nervous system or respiratory system or reproductive system or any system. Allah has made it perfect. The imperfections come from within ourselves. We try and dilute this system by taking things which we shouldn't. We talk about two things which are the main causes of most troubles in our health: hypertension, cardiovascular issues, and diabetes. These two diseases are man-made. No bacteria causes these, nothing, no virus. There is no foreign intervention. We are causing these problems ourselves. And why are we doing that? Diet, biggest factor. We are not putting in what our body is equipped to deal with. So, let's come to the heart disease and number one killer in the world. 3 questions I put before you. One is heart disease preventable? Can heart disease be conquered? Can the arteries be cleaned out? Can our heart be strengthened? So the answer to all these questions is yes. And how is this possible? Very easy. You just live close to nature and put within your body what your body can digest and make use of. Why were these diseases not present in the ancient times? Why was no hypertension, cardiovascular issues ever to be found in ancient times? Because man lived very close to the nature, used the things which were natural, which were organic, which our body is equipped to deal with. A very simple principle. So we have diluted our system with a lot of things which are not for our body to digest. There's another factor, and it's a principle of holistic medicine. And it's very important that you understand this. There's a thing called homeostasis. What is homeostasis? So homeostasis is when there is a rhythm between your mind, body, and soul. And what is that rhythm? The rhythm is that all the systems inside your body work to their optimum level, keeping harmony between each other. So mind, body, and soul, if they have harmony between them, then there is healing, then there is the best of health that you can imagine. Everything works at its optimum if there is harmony within mind, body, and soul. Now, the modern day medicine and their principles are great in the sense that they can treat all the emergencies that nobody else can. There's a lot of achievement in medicine. You can diagnose, you have MRIs, you have X-rays, you've got so many pathways to actually find out about the ailments, problems that human beings go through. So you go to the hospital, they do your blood tests, they test your urine, they have other avenues. It's great. Nobody can beat the modern day science and knowledge when it comes to emergencies. However, the way modern day medicine deals with the problems is by looking at the symptoms. So if you go to the doctor and you say you suffer from migraines, headaches, they will say take a couple of paracetamol and that will cure your problem. You go back and you go and say, well, you got diarrhea as well. Okay? Take this medicine, it'll stop diarrhea. Very simple principle. They look at the symptoms and they treat the symptoms. What they do not look at is the cause. What is the cause of those symptoms? It's a very simple explanation. I go to bed at 12 midnight. I look at Netflix. I look at the movies. I lead a very hectic life. I'm not looking at these factors at all. The doctors never ask me, what time do you go to bed? When you go and tell them you've got a headache, they will not ask you, what time did you go to bed? Very simple. The first thing I said is that when man deviates from nature, lives away from nature, problems do arise. A simple explanation of headaches is not by going to bed in time. And all of us do that. Sometimes we're looking at a drama or a movie or anything, and we are just chatting. We do not look at the time. Our body is set with a clock system. So, 10 o'clock, we should go to bed. No, we actually bypass it. We said, no, we will just carry on and, even if it's a chat, we will not consider our body clock. What happens? There is a thing called pineal gland in your body. There is a time that this gland works, and it works at its best. And the time is between 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock. It releases hormones. Some of the hormones are your repair triggers to your heart, to your liver, to all the essential organs of your body. The heart is one pump that never sleeps. Even when you're asleep, it's still working. You're awake, it's still working. So it's working all the time. Your liver has more than 1,000 functions that are triggered. Some of them are triggered when you're asleep. What does it do? It repairs. All the organs in your body need repair. Almighty has made this sleep for a reason. It says in the Quran, night is for you to get peace, go to sleep. The reason behind it is, the wisdom behind it is that all the repair work happens between 10 and 3. 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock. If you have not gone to bed, you have disrupted the nature's path. So, your body will come up with, you keep on doing that. Man is very resilient. No matter what you do, your body will keep on going. That's the way we've been designed. With headaches, with pains, aches, everything, we keep on going. That's the way the human body has been designed. So when you keep on doing these practices for a few days, you start having the symptoms. So this is what the doctors look at. So you've got a headache, they'll give you a pill for it. You've got pain ache, they will give you a painkiller for it. But what you have done is you've actually stopped the painkiller that is being released by your body while you're asleep. It does everything while you're asleep that a painkiller would do when you're awake. You do not need a painkiller. You're disrupting the nature's path. Painkillers have got side effects. They might give you a bit of relief. You know, your pain might go away. You feel more comfortable. However, what you've done is you've actually disrupted the nature's path. Every time, every single time you interrupt the nature's path, there are consequences. In the long run, you are actually causing more harm than good. So if Allah has given you this way of life, you should always follow it. And the way of life is nature's way of life. Islam is very close to nature. Everything that Islam tells you is natural. As long as you follow it, you will attain or retain optimum health. So I was talking about the pineal gland. The pineal gland actually releases hormones inside your body naturally. And what they do is they do the best of the repair work, release the painkiller that your body needs. And when you wake up happy. Because everything has been working like the way it should. So Almighty has made some natural laws that we deviate from. I will come on those factors. The first thing is when you wake up, what do? So Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran, Allah bi zikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. Right? Your rest, your peace lies in the remembrance of Almighty. So first thing you do is remember our Creator. And what will you get in return? No stress. There won't be any stress. So that is going to be your first medicine. That you do zikr. Remember Allah. Remember Almighty, the Creator. The other thing that makes up our system, and that is very important, like our heart, is blood. So all our systems in the body need blood. And what does blood do? Simple task. It takes nutrients to all parts of your body. There are so many chemical processes that are taking place inside our body that Almighty only knows, because we have been given very limited knowledge. We're still learning. Despite the progress that we've made in medical science, we are still learning. And there's a lot of things that we do not know about the human body. Give you an example. One human being, if their circulatory system is taken out and spread, brothers and elders, it will make 60,000 miles if you spread that system out. 60,000 miles. Subhanallah. So there's so many things that a lot of people don't know about. The bone structures, functions, how systems work, we're all well aware of. We know how to interrupt them. But unfortunately, we have failed in the aspect as to how to cure them. The reason, again, is the same, because we have deviated from the nature, from natural ways. So wherever this blood goes, there is life. So blood is the life of flesh. Wherever it goes, it takes nutrients, it takes oxygen with it. Our body needs oxygen, our body needs nutrients. All the systems do. So without circulation of blood, there is no life. What happens when your diabetes go up, you start having neuropathic problems? Why do they occur? Because there is no circulation of blood in those parts. What do the doctors do? They don't have anything to cure that. What they say, oh, this hasn't got any flow, it will turn into gangrene. What choice do they have? Amputate. So they amputate them. So the blood, wherever goes, brings life, makes that organ, keeps that organ alive. And wherever there is no flow of blood, the organ dies, the tissues die, cells die, and then eventually no other way but to amputate that part. So what do we need to look after? Blood, heart. The two things that come to mind. As long as we keep them alive, keep I look out for what they need, we are all right. Vital things, blood, heart, make the core of our circulation. Right. What strengthens the heart? Anyone? Very simple question. Exercise. Thank you. As long as you exercise, your heart will be stronger. It will do its pump action, because heart is a pump basically. Promptly, efficiently, and the blood will go into all the extremities without any problem. Second thing is, the heart function also depends on various factors. The nutrients inside your blood, they keep your blood to a certain viscosity. Basically, if it's too thin, it's not good. If it's too thick, it's not good. So it has to have its optimum level where it can go to all parts of your body without any interruption. How do you achieve that? Exercise and what you put inside your blood, what you eat. So two very important things, diet and exercise. Who is the best doctor in the world? Yourself, you, yourself. The doctor is reliant on whatever information you give them. You go to the doctor and you say, well, doctor, I've got pain here. Or doctor, I got up and I woke up with this symptom. Name any. So who knew the symptom first? You, yourself. Your body is the best doctor because it knows what it needs. It tells you through symptoms. Almighty has given you this. It's natural. You don't need a doctor. You are a doctor yourself. If your circulation is not good, who would be the first person to know? Yourself. Because you will know there's a problem. When I get up, I get pins and needles. When I'm sitting down for too long, I get pins and needles. Or there is a certain part of your body which is not functioning properly. You get symptoms. Your body tells you. When you find out about these symptoms, you go to the doctor and you tell them, doctor, this is what I'm going through. And the doctor gives you medicine. So why not look after your body yourself? Because you know what is happening to your body. You know what is causing this. There's so much information out there about diet that everyone knows about what carbohydrates are. Most of the people do. What do they use? And yet, what we still do is put more carbohydrates in, more carbohydrates in. What is the end result of carbohydrates? Glucose. Yes. So glucose, the end result of carbohydrates. What does protein make? Amino acids. We know the factor that the more carbohydrates you put in your body, the more glucose there will be. And then we complain about glucose intolerance. So obviously your body is not made to tolerate so much glucose. Yes, to a certain extent. Pancreas releases insulin, but to a certain extent. We dilute our system, we deviate from our laws of nature, we put more sugar in, which is another form of glucose. When it gets inside your body, there comes a point your body gives up and says, no more sugar. And that's when you have insulin intolerance. Okay? Insulin resistance. What happens is that your body is having a lot of sugar. Your pancreas is making insulin. It's happening to the extent that the sugar keeps on coming. And the insulin says, well, enough is enough now. Pancreas, stop. There's too much. This man is not looking after himself. So that's when type 2 diabetes start. So this is the start of type 2 diabetes. Why has it happened? Because you haven't looked after your body. You are trying to put more carbohydrates in, the number one cause of glucose production. End result of carbohydrates is glucose. You stop that, there will be less glucose in your blood. What takes blood to have that glucose inside it? What helps it? Sodium. Without sodium, the glucose cannot enter. Right? Insulin is the key for your cells to take the glucose in. However, there is sodium. So the third vital part of our diet is sodium. When you have too much sodium, okay, let me give you a little bit of a breakdown of sodium. Seawater, it has 92 minerals. What does the man do? Take these out of the sea salt. When we take it out, so 30% of that is sodium, 60% of that is chloride. So when we take it out, we make it into a table salt. The table salt is taken from the sea salt. We mix it up, we bleach it, we mix it up with aluminium, and then this is called table salt. We put that in our diet, and then what happens? The doctors are right. Sodium chloride, common salt, table salt, is responsible for your blood pressure. Okay? Well, why have we diluted it? Why have we actually put it through all these chemical processes? So it's man-made. Man has deviated again from the paths of nature. It's actually taken salt out of the natural sea salt that was coming with a lot of minerals. Our body needs minerals. Salt itself, by itself, cannot perform what the body is designed to perform. Okay? It needs minerals. For it to go in the self, be more effective, it needs minerals. So we have taken all the minerals out. We've just made it as a common salt, table salt. And what we do is we sprinkle it on top of the food. There's less salt. Everyone complains in the house. There's less salt. There's no salt in food. Please put some more. Are we inviting troubles ourselves? There's a doctor, a French doctor, who actually gives salt to people who have hypertension, high blood pressure. Why does he do that? He gives salt, but that salt is called Celtic salt. Celtic salt has all those minerals that have been taken out by man. So Celtic salt has all those minerals that the body needs. Sodium itself will not be harmful as long as it has those minerals. When they come inside your body, as long as they are in moderate form, not like, you start sprinkling everything on top again, you will not have blood pressure. So that French doctor published a book, and he's made his study very popular for a few days. What happens? There was intervention straight away. Who buy? Pharmaceutical companies. वो सही, ये साला कहाँ से आ गया? इसने सब कुछ हमारा रोजगार खत्म कर दिया. That book was wiped off from the market straight away. It's not available. The people who had it first time, read it, they have it, and they know. Celtic salt will not cause blood pressure as long as you use it in moderation, because it has all the minerals that our body needs within our cells. There are a lot of things in practices in our medical science which are ill practices. I won't go into detail about them, but I'll just go over them, and I'll tell you how I came across in some of my patients. A person came to me and he said, the doctor has given me high blood pressure medication. He's given me, no, it wasn't Ramapril, it was something else. Losartan. So 50 milligrams losartan alongside another beta blocker and another tablet which was called statin, atorvastatin. So, I mean, they're different forms. So he came to me, he goes, I am on these 3 medications. And I said to him, okay, and what was your blood pressure reading? He said, well, doctor said that it's high. So I said, well, did he check it? Yes. So I said, okay, I'll check it too. So I took his blood pressure reading. 146/82, I believe. And the man was about 55, 56. So I said to him, I said, this is perfect in my opinion. I don't think you need any medication for it, because what these medications will do is actually cause it to fall down from what the standards are. And he said, well, the doctor says you take 1 tablet every day. So, all these 3 tablets I have to take every day. I said, okay. I said, do you know what statins are for? He goes, yeah, it's to control the cholesterol in my blood, and this is why he gave me. I said, okay. And what were your cholesterol readings? Do you know? And he didn't know. So I said to him, go back to your doctor, take your blood test report, and then bring it back to me. So when I had that report in my hand, it was 200. Cholesterol level was 200. 201 or 2, or I don't know, 210, something like that. So I said to him, I said, you do not need statins because this is perfectly normal. This is not high cholesterol. And I wouldn't recommend. I think if you go back about in 90s or 80s, somewhere there, no medication was given for this reading for high cholesterol. The man said it's a preventative. The doctor said it will save you from having cardiovascular issues. So I said, okay. So what you're doing is actually putting in stuff which your body does not need. Your blood pressure is actually an indication of if your circulation system is working to its optimum or not. So if it's high, then that means you need to do something about it to make it right. However, the medicines have been used to basically stop the future cardiovascular disease as a preventative. Why not stick to nature? Why not do what nature has told you? Easy, simple, cost-effective. It won't cost you a penny. Do your exercise. Make your heart work a little bit harder. Yeah? When you work harder, when your heart works harder, there is a hormone that nature has produced in our body. When your heart works faster, you're doing the intermittent exercises, your heart is pumping hard, right? And there is a hormone which is released. It's the growth hormone. The modern day science says the growth hormone stops at a certain age. For a female, probably 16. For a male, 21 to 23. There's no more growth, and they have reached their optimum growth. So that's how much their growth will be. It won't exceed. That's wrong. I can safely say that. The reason is, when your heart works faster, that growth hormone is activated again. And when it is activated, what does, subhanAllah, what does it do? It does the repair work. It does everything that your medication would have done for you. Cholesterol, two types, HDL, LDL. They say LDL is bad. It's a bad guy. HDL is a good guy. Yeah? What is it made of, LDL? Cholesterol. Okay? And what is cholesterol made of? Glucose. What are we doing? We are putting more carbohydrates in. We're tinkering with nature again. We're trying to make LDL go high. All our body, the whole of our body needs cholesterol. Our brain needs cholesterol. All the systems need cholesterol. There is nothing, in my opinion, with bad cholesterol or good cholesterol. When your blood vessels are damaged, why do they get damaged? The reason is you putting in the wrong stuff in your blood. You getting diet which is not right for you. You look after your diet and your heart will be fine. All your circulation will be good. You are diluting your diet with factors which are not necessary. We are actually eating very unhealthily in simple terms. What does LDL do? When there's a rupture, or there's some holes or anything in our blood vessels, it goes and it actually stops that. Nature has made it that way. It goes and it does the repair work. And that's what they want you to get rid of. So when it does that, obviously the blood vessels will have a little bit of growth on inside. So they say, oh, it's blocking the way because the blood is not getting through now. The blood is not getting through, not because of LDL. It's because of the diet that you're having. LDL, your whole body needs. Yes. So your brain is the fattiest organ in your body. It's got the most fat. When you eat fats, what happens? Your body feels as if, it's got everything, basically. Your body feels fulfilled. You've got satisfaction. They say, the conventional doctors say, the conventional medicine say, stop fats. They're killing you. It will kill you if you keep on having fats. That's what I used to believe when I was a doctor. And Almighty has actually drawn me on the other side of the fence now. So now I can see things differently. No, it's not the fat. No, it's not the fat. The fat is actually... Okay. So the fat is actually not killing you. It is your diet. So what you need to do is basically start having organic diet, plant-based, and have fats, but healthy fats. It's not going to kill you, it's not going to harm you. This is the best food that you can have. I've been asked to actually rush out, so I'm going to go through different factors very quickly so that you understand. The other thing is the oxygen, which is pure air. When you sleep, make sure you have the windows open. Every function in your body works at its optimum if you have oxygen. When the oxygen combines with blood, it gives you, and it goes through the cells, it gives you energy, right? So without the oxygen, if you get 8 units of energy, with oxygen you get 20 units of energy. So oxygen is the other factor. Start going for the morning walks. It's going to help you a lot. You will reap the benefits. Pure oxygen is a cure. It's one of the major factors that can actually help you attain your health. Sunlight. Sunlight, you get your vitamin D from. Vitamin D is one of the best medicines that the nature has provided to actually help you with your high blood pressure. Okay? So start having sunlight, and when you have sunlight, you just make sure that you have intensive exercise as well with it. Okay? So running up and down the hill will always help, because that will what is going to make your heart, strengthen your heart, make your heart stronger. The stronger the heart, the better you are. One of the saying of the Hippocrates is, let food be your medicine and let medicine be your food. So everything lies in our food, what we intake, and exercise. So say for instance it's raining outside and you still want to do exercise, you can do it indoors. You can do stretching, you can do push-ups, you can do stairs. I think a lot of you are younger than me, so that you probably will be able to do the stairs and everything a lot better than I would do. And follow an exercise program. That will definitely help. I'm not going to go through the details of what I have actually brought for you, but I'll go over it in a very quick way. Do not eat before you exercise, because your body works at its optimum when you're doing everything empty stomach. It will take all the fats, all your storage out and make use of it. It will help you. Do not eat, because digestion and exercise cannot take place at the same time. I mean, they can, but then you won't reap the benefits. Okay? And I've already explained to you about the human growth hormone. It's reactivated with intensive exercise. When it's released in the body, your growth happens. It's not that your growth have stopped. It happens. It keeps on going. Modern day science probably will not agree with me, but I have seen it in patients. This does help. Please, when you do exercise, make sure that you have, even when you are stationary in between the exercise, make sure that you're moving about. Because there is a thing called intensive exercise and a break in between. So when you take a break in between, which is when your body relaxes, or your heart relaxes, make sure that you are moving. You don't just sit stationary. What that does is actually keeps everything in movement. So basically your energy levels will not go down. What you put in, when you put in your effort, and say for instance you're getting about 30 units of energy, when you sit down, it will give you 60 units of energy. So it will double, you'll get double rewards after exercise. Right, I'm not going into the nitty-gritty and give you the technical side of things, but another thing that does help is that you should understand your liver makes cholesterol, and 80% of it is from glucose, and 20% of it is from fat. So what you should understand is that it's not the butter in the bread that kills you. It's the bread in the butter that lies underneath that kills you. So that's carbohydrate. So you limit your intake of carbohydrate, you will limit the glucose in your body. And that's probably the best way forward. So your cholesterol is the repairer and the rebuilder. It does the repair work. When the doctors say to you that your cholesterol is going to kill you, it's not going to kill you. Your brain is made up of cholesterol. There's a lot of cholesterol in there. Brain is satisfied the best when it has the fat component. And the blood vessels are not damaged by the cholesterol, but what it does is it actually does the repair work. They called it atherosclerosis, where your arteries get blocked. But the best way to unblock the arteries is again exercise. The more you put your effort into exercise, the more there will be blood flow, and the more blockages will be removed naturally. So you won't have to take medicine or anything. Keep to the natural ways. Allah has given you everything inside your body. You do not need any intervention as long as you stick to the healthy principles: exercise, sunlight, air, and diet. And the other thing that I wanted to mention quickly is water. Very, very important that you keep your body hydrated. All the processes inside your body are reliant on the intake of water. So when you take water, make sure that you drink in moderation. Don't try and have water in one pass. Have it sip by sip, and it will work. The thing that helps, is a tip for you. The thing that helps is again the Celtic salt. The Celtic salt, if you take 1 grain of the size of sesame seed, 1 grain of Celtic salt in your mouth and let it dissolve on your tongue, and then drink water, it will get inside the cells. And you won't feel like going to the toilet straight away, because some people do complain, oh, doctor, the more we drink, the more we feel like going to the toilet. The reason is because you're actually taking a lot of water. So the more you take a lot in, the more will come out. But if you drink it in sips and make sure that you have Celtic salt before you drink your water, it will get inside the cells. And once it gets inside the cells, that's all you need, because the minerals will be there. All the performance inside the cells will be at its optimum. Okay, quickly finishing. Just 1 second. The sodium chloride, the salt, when it goes inside the cell and it's in abundance, the cells swell up. When they swell up, that's what causes the blockage. And that is the reason the doctor is right about intake of sodium chloride. Don't take sodium chloride, table salt, too much. Keep it in moderation. If Celtic salt, then that's the best food. I think there's a lot to be said, but I think we've run out of time. So inshallah, next time, if I get an opportunity, I will exhibit. Jazakallah khair for that.
We will keep time for him if somebody else wants to ask. But at the moment, we haven't got time.
Yes, yeah, inshallah, inshallah.
But
Inshallah.
we'll call him again.
Inshallah,
Yeah?
inshallah.
I hope you'll have time to.
Or I hope that I haven't bored everyone with all my talk, but
Thank you very much indeed.
inshallah. Okay, Jazakallah khair for it.
I think we've got enough time to have Yasin. Oh, he's already recited. Oh, okay. Oh, he's done Yasin. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I wasn't paying much attention. Okay. We'll now have a break for wudu break, and then we'll have namaz. Thank you.
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين علي ولي الله أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين علي حجة الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير الأعمال حي على خير الأعمال الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أشهد أن عليا ولي الله أشهد أن عليا حجة الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نعبد صراط المستقيم غير الناس بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله أكبر سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده رب صل على محمد وآل محمد سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhana Rabbina Ala wa bihamdih. Rabbi salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahu Akbar. Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu ilayh. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhana Rabbina Ala wa bihamdih. Rabbi salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahu Akbar. Bihawlillah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahu Akbar. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. رب صل على محمد وآل محمد. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhana Rabbina Ala wa bihamdih. Rabbi salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahu Akbar. Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu ilayh. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhana Rabbina Ala wa bihamdih. Rabbi salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد بحول الله وقوته. سبحان الله. سبحان الله. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. رب صل على محمد وآل محمد. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhana Rabbina Ala wa bihamdih. Rabbi salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahu Akbar. Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu ilayh. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhana Rabbina Ala wa bihamdih. Rabbi salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahu Akbar. بحول الله وقوته. سبحان الله. سبحان الله. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. رب صل على محمد وآل محمد. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhana Rabbina Ala wa bihamdih. Rabbi salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahu Akbar. Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu ilayh. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhana Rabbina Ala wa bihamdih. Ya Latif irham abdaka zaif al-zalil. Bijay Muhammadin wa ali baytihi at-tahirin. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah. بسم الله وبالله وخير الأسماء لله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم الرحمن الرحيم ذو الجلال والإكرام وأتوب إليه أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم الرحمن الرحيم ذو الجلال والإكرام وأتوب إليه أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم الرحمن الرحيم ذو الجلال والإكرام وأتوب إليه اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد لا إله إلا الله العظيم الحليم لا إله إلا الله رب العرش الكريم الحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم إني أسألك موجبات رحمتك وعزائم مغفرتك والغنيمة من كل بر والسلامة من كل إثم اللهم لا تدع إلا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا سقما إلا شفيته ولا عيبا إلا سترته ولا رزقا إلا بسطته ولا خوفا إلا أمنته ولا سوءا إلا صرفته ولا حاجة هي لك رضا ولي الصلاة فيها صلاة إلا قضيتها يا أرحم الراحمين آمين رب العالمين
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أشهد أن عليا ولي الله أشهد أن عليا حجة الله سلام الله عليه هيا على الصلاة هيا على الصلاة هيا على الفلاح هيا على الفلاح هيا على خير العمل هيا على خير العمل قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر
الله أكبر
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن فنعبد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله أكبر سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده رب صل على محمد وآل محمد سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربنا الأعلى وبحمده رب صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربنا الأعلى وبحمده رب صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر بحول الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله أكبر ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب الله أكبر سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده رب صل على محمد وآل محمد سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربنا الأعلى وبحمده رب صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربنا الأعلى وبحمده رب صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر الحمد لله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد بحول الله سبحان الله سبحان الله الله أكبر سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده رب صل على محمد وآل محمد سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربنا الأعلى وبحمده رب صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربنا الأعلى وبحمده رب صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر بحول الله سبحان سبحان الله أكبر سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده رب صل على محمد وآل محمد سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhan Rabbina ala wa bihamdih. Rabbi salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahu Akbar. Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu ilayh. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhan Rabbina ala wa bihamdih. Ya wali al-afiyah, nasaluka al-afiyah, afiyat al-dunya wal-akhirah. بجاه محمد وآل بيته الطاهرين. الله أكبر. الحمد لله. بسم الله وبالله وخير الأسماء لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله على محمد وآل محمد وآل محمد صلوات. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. بحق محمد وآل محمد. अपना जे भाइयों बहनों बच्चाओं बीमार होए अपने दुआ करे कि अल्लाह का बदाए ने शफा दे बदाए ने तकलीफ़ों दूर थाए अपना आलिमो मर्जा मोमिनीन ने मोमिनात दुनिया में जहाँ भी होए या अल्लाह तोला का हिफ्ज़ व अमान मारक हमारी बदी हाजतों पूरी कर हमारा इल्म वदारू कर एवी दुआ साथे आपणे बद्दा साथे 5 फेरे अम्मा युजीब पढ़िए. औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम. बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. अम्मा युजीबुल मुस्तार्रा इज़ा दअाहु वयक्शिफु सूअ. अम्मा युजीबुल मुस्तार्रा इज़ा दअाहु वयक्शिफु सूअ. أَمَّنْ يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ. أَمَّنْ يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ. أَمَّنْ يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ. سورة فاتحة شفاء المرضى ودفع البلاء.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم الرحمن الرحيم ذو الجلال والإكرام. وأسأله أن يتوب علي توبة عبد ذليل خاز فقير بائس مسكين مستقيم مستجير لا يملك لنفسه نفعا ولا ضرا ولا موت ولا حياة ولا نشورا. اللهم إني أعوذ بك نفس لا تشبع ومن قلب لا يخشى ومن علم لا ينفع ومن صلاة لا ترفع ومن دعاء لا يسمع. اللهم إني أسألك اليسر بعد العسر والفرج بعد الكرب والرخاء بعد الشدة. اللهم ما بنا من نعمة فمنك، لا إله إلا أنت، أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.
صلوات شعبانية. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. شجرة النبوة وموضع الرسالة ومختلف الملائكة ومعدن العلم وأهل بيت الوحي. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الفلك الجارية في اللجج الغامرة، يعمن من ركبها ويغرق من تركها. المتقدم لهم مارك والمتأخر عنهم زاهق واللاذم لهم لاهق. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الكهف الحسين وغياث المستر المستقيم وملجأ الحاربين وإسمة المؤتسمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد صلاة كثيرة تكون لهم رضا، ولحق محمد وآل محمد أداء وقضاء، بحول منك وقوة يا رب العالمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد الطيبين الأبرار الأخيار الذين أوجبت حقوقهم وفرضت طاعتهم وولايتهم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعمر قلبي بطاعتك ولا تغضني بمعصيتك، وارزقني بمواساة من قدرت عليه من رزقك بما وسعت علي من فضلك ونشرت علي من عدلك وأحييتني تحت ذلك. وهذا شهر نبيك سيد رسلك شعبان الذي حفظته منك بالرحمة والرضوان، الذي كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم يدأب في صيامه وقيامه في لياليه وأيامه، بخوءا لك في إكرامه وإذامه إلى محل الحمام. اللهم فإن على الاستنان بالسنة فيه ونيل شفاعة لديه. اللهم واجعله لي شفيعا مشفعا وطريقا إليك محيا، واجعلني له متبعا حتى ألقاك يوم القيامة أني راضيا وعن ذنوبي غاضيا. قد أوجبت لي منك الرحمة والرضوان وأنزلتني دار القرار المحل الأخيار.
زيارة. السلام عليك يا رسول الله، السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين سيد الوصيين، السلام عليك فاطمة الزهراء سيدة النساء العالمين، السلام عليك خديجة الكبرى أم المؤمنين، السلام عليك يا حسن المجتبى، السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله الحسين وعلى 9 المعصومين من ذرية الحسين، علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والحجة بن الحسن، أجر الله فرجك وسخر الله مخرجك وظهورك، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.